runner-up of the 2004 U.S. Amateur. Great college career at Vanderbilt. Couple of wins on Korn Ferry Tour, 2 PGA Tour wins noted, the Farmers Insurance Open, and of course the defending champ at Sanderson Farms. And it's great to have Luke with us on this Tuesday. And Luke, I want to start with Augusta, Georgia, your home, with the devastation of the last week with Hurricane Helene. How are your family and friends doing?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I'm very fortunate. The hurricane didn't, completely impact me personally. We had a couple trees down in and around our house and then in the street. But my family was able to get out and kind of get out of town a little bit. Obviously, most of the community's still without power and water. It was a kind of surreal thing. It almost didn't seem natural to see so many homes and so many people close to you affected directly. And the whole area is still kind of reeling. And to be here in kind of a normalcy of my work setting and then have home kind of so much in limbo, it's really, really challenging.
What is it like to go to work against that kind of backdrop, Luke? Because is it a distraction, what's going on at home, or do you almost feel as though getting inside the ropes is kind of a welcome relief from what's going on in the real world? Yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to spin it as most positive as I can, and the direct way that I know how to do that best is by playing some good golf and giving a platform to the community that I call home. And so Henrik Norlander and myself are going to donate $500 per birdie this week for the Red Cross in Augusta, and hopefully aid some people that need it the most. And we're hopefully, going to challenge some friends and family that are privileged in this area to be able to match that for us. And obviously, with Florida and North Carolina and South Carolina, it kind of touches home to a lot of different people. And I know that, for us locally, it's important, but it's really important throughout the Southeast to give back as well.
Luke, that's a wonderful gesture. You have a lot of perspective. You turned 40 in January. That's a big goal and milestone, not just for a golfer, for a human being. What are you most looking forward to in your 40s, and what are you reflecting on?
Yeah, I'll try not to think about the number as much, but trying to act and play like I'm younger. But yeah, I mean, there's so many good golfers that have had successful careers in their 40s and past that. And so I try to kind of bottle that a little bit, and seeing what Lucas Glover and Stuart Sink and certain guys that have won well into their 40s. And, the game of golf has gotten much younger and a lot more talented. So for me, it's staying as healthy as I can and trying to kind of push myself to keep improving into my 40s.
Yeah, in this game, you get squeezed by younger, talented players, but there's other ways you get squeezed as well. Luke, you were, I believe, 75th in the FedEx Cup rankings this year. You were very close to making the top 70 that makes the playoffs. It used to be 125. Are you a fan of this kind of reduced system into the playoffs, or the general squeeze that's been put on everyone who isn't at the absolute top elite level?
Yeah, it's a great question, because I feel like there's so many dynamic players across the board. And yeah, I understand for these elevated signature events, but I also feel like capping them at 70-man fields or whatever it is very challenging. So yes, it is. It's an accomplishment to make the top 50 and then make the playoffs. But there's so many good players, and I think that starts in the fall series, seeing some of these names that will come out, again and again, where some of these guys are starting their careers, and it kind of will open up the doors for them to have a great lifetime career on the PGA Tour. And other guys like myself, it gives them opportunities to play in some bigger tournaments and then keep their card in a sense too. So a lot of good storylines coming from tournaments like Sanderson Farms and continuing out throughout the fall.
Well, you're back at a place you've had success, but you also struggled at the end of the last season. You've had some time off since the Wyndham. What have you worked on specifically to kind of get your game where you want it to be?
Yeah, I kind of rested a little bit, and I feel like that was good mentally, but physically it wasn't really helping what I was trying to improve upon. So trying to put my head down and really strengthen some of my deficiencies physically, and I feel like I've done a really good job of that. So hopefully that'll lead to some good golf, but that's more long term. I feel like if I can kind of keep checking those boxes and improving a little bit here and there, then hopefully it will give me a better opportunity to go play well, in the near future, but also long term.
Your win there last year, Luke, got you into some of those signature events in the early part of this season. As the season wore on, you weren't in some of those events. Do you really feel as though it kind of put you behind the 8 ball in terms of making the playoffs and even in some cases keeping cards if you're not in that inner circle playing the signatures?
Yeah, obviously, you know, if you've played well enough, you deserve to be in those events. But I definitely feel like it's a clear advantage, and I'm not sure what the breakdown will be with the numbers. But you know, when you're in those events, a lot of those are no cut, and a lot of them obviously good money. So you feel like you have an advantage if you play well in those events to kind of give you some momentum and keep you, you know, snowballing in the right direction. So yeah, it's clearly a obvious advantage in every level of the game. But like I said, I know that they're gearing for more of a separation between kind of within the tour, and I feel like hopefully there's a little bit of giveaway where there's still room for, you know, a majority of guys to still be able to play at a high level and play against each other more often.
Luke, you played in a couple of Palmer Cups back in the day. I'm curious how much of the President's Cup you watched and how much you burned to make one of those President's Cup or Ryder Cup teams in your 40s.
Yeah, anytime I've ever been close to, you know, doing that, I haven't really done that well that summer. And I guess you can kind of spin it two different ways. And I know a lot of guys who, you know, make it a goal of that team. It's a byproduct of playing really well. And, you know, for me, it's a little bit, I've kind of compartmentalized a little bit and just say, okay, I just want to play well each tournament. And usually when I do that, I kind of can extend the period a little bit longer of some good golf. So yeah, it'd be awesome to play in that. Obviously, some of my peers and friends have, you know, been on some winning teams, and, you know, it looks like the most fun you'll ever have, you know, playing with some of your buddies and you know, taking down the opponent, and then coming out with the trophy. Obviously, it was really cool to see Jim and those guys be victorious again.
How much time do you spend, Luke, thinking about the broader politics of the game in terms of whether or not there will be a deal between the Tour and the Saudis? Is that a topic of conversation among guys in the locker room much?
Yeah, it's been pretty continuous. I try to shelter myself a little bit. I'm trying to, you know, prolong my career, not shorten it by stressing about that. You know, we get asked a lot about it when we're home, you know, by a lot of, you know, friends, family, just people that are, you know, fans of the game. And it's tough. It's a tough time. I feel like it's sad for the fans not seeing their favorite players all playing against each other more often. And, you know, hopefully there'll be an answer for that, but I don't know. Obviously the tour is doing a better job of communicating, but I just don't really know if I see an immediate answer to that right now.
Well, you have a lot of business to take care of this week in your title defense. Luke, thanks for the time and, more importantly, what you're doing to help the people of the Southeast.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.